This is Coffee with God, and I am Father Jose. Let us begin this day with the Word of God and a short reflection.
The reading from the book of Isaiah, chapter 7, verses 10 to 14. The passage is taken from the Message version of the Bible. God spoke again to Ahaz. This time he said, "Ask for a sign from your God. Ask anything. Be extravagant. Ask for the moon." But Ahaz said, "I'd never do that. I'd never make demands like that on God." So Isaiah told him, "Then listen to this, government of David. It's bad enough that you make people tired with your pious, timid hypocrisies, but now you're making God tired, so the Master is going to give you a sign anyway. Watch for this. A girl who is presently a virgin will get pregnant. She'll bear a son and name him Emmanuel, God with us."
Reflections on the book of Prophet Isaiah, chapter 7, verses 10 to 14. We have already reflected on this passage in the first reading of last Sunday, fourth Sunday of Advent. King Ahaz, the king of Judah, was playing a dangerous game with the king of Assyria and refuses to listen to the voice of the prophet Isaiah. Ahaz wanted to enter into an alliance with Assyria to protect himself from his neighbouring kings. When Isaiah heard of the plan, he insisted that Ahaz should put his trust in God, not in some foreign military power, and even promised him a sign of God's fidelity. Ahaz refused the offer, saying in effect, "I wouldn't be so bold to ask God for a sign." Actually, Ahaz was afraid that if he were to receive a sign, he would have to abandon his alliance with Assyria. And the truth was that he had more confidence in the power of Assyria than he did in the power of God. Isaiah, refusing to play games, gave Ahaz the sign anyway. "The virgin shall be with child and bear a son." This child, a pledge that the kingdom of Judah would survive through a descendant of David, was a sign of God's continued presence and protection. The prophecy of Isaiah, as read in the church and understood in the light of further revelation, is seen as eminently fulfilled in Jesus, who is truly Emmanuel, God with us. The story of Ahaz is a lesson for all the faithful of God. Unlike the king, despite all the difficulty, frustration, and dangers of life, we must learn to depend on God. The birth of Jesus Christ from the Virgin Mary stands as a perpetual sign to us of God's continued presence and protection. And Matthew will emphasize this at the very end of his gospel when, just before leaving his disciples, Jesus in his final instructions promises, "I will be with you all days, even to the end of time." Soon we will celebrate Christmas. Today, however, let us reflect on one aspect of that feast: the sign that in Jesus Christ, our Emmanuel, God is indeed still with us.